Hello everyone. Today we are discussing the topic of entrepreneurship. This is the very first topic that we want to cover, and this talks about introduction to entrepreneurship. So what we understand when we discuss the concept of entrepreneurship, entrepreneurs are the one who transform the idea into a business. And the majority of the time entrepreneurs are always short of the resources which are required to start a business. So when we discuss the concept of entrepreneurship, the very first thing that we want to understand that why do people become entrepreneurs? So we understand there are three major reasons which are widely recognized. The very first reason is that they want to be their own bosses. So we understand majority of the people work 9 to 5 job and they fail to find what they love to do, and they are unable to start something of their own. That's why they have to work under someone, and someone else will boss you around for the rest of your life. So in order to avoid this type of hassle, and people think that okay, let's come out of this traditional mindset and start something of their own. They become self-employed and they rely on what? Entrepreneurship. The second reason that they want to protect their idea. An idea could be $1 million, $1 billion. So if you want to protect your idea and you want to work on it yourself, that could be another reason why you want to become an entrepreneur. And the very third reason is that what? People want to pursue big financial rewards. When we are talking about the big money, you go after what? Entrepreneurship. But one of the things that people often mistake is that entrepreneurs are always self-employed people, which is not always true, because there is something called entrepreneurial intensity. We call this concept entrepreneurial intensity. You can still practice entrepreneurship if you're working in an organization which is highly entrepreneurial. I'll just put the short form. And if the organization is too conservative, you cannot practice your entrepreneurial ability there. So even if you're working for a company, you want to make sure that you work for a company where you're allowed to take initiatives, where there is creativity and innovation. But if you're working for a company that is too conservative, then unfortunately you will not have the entrepreneurial intensity there. You cannot practice your ability. So yes, an entrepreneur can be a self-employed person, and he can be at an organization where they actually respect the entrepreneurial practices, and that organization will be recognized by the entrepreneurial intensity, whether they promote the innovation, creativity, advancement, research, and so on and so forth. So that's another concept. So we now understand entrepreneurs are the one working on their ideas, transforming them into business. They become entrepreneurs. Why? They want to be their own bosses, protect their ideas, follow financial rewards, and you can work in an organization which is highly entrepreneurial based on the intensity. Some of the characteristics that we identify is that entrepreneurs are always passionate for the business. So if you don't have the passion for business, you don't want to do something for the world, or you don't want to shape the life of the people, then I don't think you can become an entrepreneur. And interestingly, entrepreneurs either become entrepreneurs either through opportunity or necessity. There are two ways that you can become entrepreneurs, either through opportunity or necessity. Opportunity means what? If you want to bring a change to the world, you are a change maker, you want to reshape the life of the people, you want to provide a solution to the problems, business problems in specific, then you are becoming an entrepreneur out of the opportunity. But if you're just after money, you just want to find another source of income and you want to make both ends meet, that will be entrepreneur out of necessity. Okay. So yeah, first thing that yes, entrepreneurs are passionate about business. Second thing, they are focused on product and services. They focus on the products that can become a boon for the society, a benefit to the society, which can resolve a range of problems. And we have seen many things like the application of artificial intelligence into dementia patients and many other sectors, health sector, education sector. So that's another area that you want to work on. If you have this type of characteristics properly, you will become an entrepreneur. Then tenacity despite failure, that you never give up even if you are working on something and you're encountering setbacks and you're experiencing breakdowns. You never give up, you keep trying and you make it possible. And the very last thing is execution intelligence. So most of the people think that we understand that execution intelligence is about what? Most of the people, majority of the time, think that yes, it's just the idea that matters. But what we want to understand is that no, execution also matters. And perhaps it matters more. Everyone has got billions of dollars of ideas which they think they are. But so long you don't have the principle, so long you don't have the discipline to sort of like implement that idea, it's not gonna be successful. Besides, what we want to understand, guys, apart from the characteristics, there have been some myths about the entrepreneurs. People think that the entrepreneurs are someone who is born in a rich family, they're from a rich father, maybe like Donald Trump, who borrowed some $1 million from his dad and became a billionaire. It doesn't work this way. Well, that's a myth. So entrepreneurs are not always born, they can be made as well through right skill set, through right education, through right training, and of course if you work harder you get luckier. So that's another factor. So that's the first one. The second thing, we say that entrepreneurs are gamblers. They're not the gamblers, they're the risk takers. Entrepreneurs are the one who sort of like invest into the risk and try to seek the reward out of it. So that's the wrong concept that they are the gamblers, they're always investing in the stock market. And I always say that, rich people are the one who invest in the stock market and poor people are the one who buy a branded bag or something. So, if you're after a branded designer bag or Gucci and all, maybe it's not offensive, forgive me for that, but yeah, I mean, rich people are the one who invest in the big companies. So entrepreneurs are not always motivated by money, they are motivated by what? Passion. They are motivated by their desire to change the world around themselves. And the very last one is what? Entrepreneurs can be of any age. They are not always young. So this is something, another myth that we have, that yes, entrepreneurs are always young. That's another myth. Apart from all these factors that we have gone through, we want to understand, guys, that there could be some substitutes. So if you want to become an entrepreneur and you want to give up your say work, so the very first substitute that we call for an entrepreneur is called salary substitute organization. Salary substitute organization, where you can earn enough money that you get from a salary and you can start a small business which can sort of like offset what you were earning as an employee. So as a self-employed person, you can start a small cafe or maybe a gym or maybe something else, maybe a mobile kiosk that can earn you the same amount of money that you were earning from your job. The second one is lifestyle organizations. Lifestyle organizations are the one where you follow the same lifestyle. If you're a bodybuilder, you open a gym. You are a chef, you open maybe a cafe, and XYZ. And the last one is entrepreneurial organization, where you work for the multinational company. And I hope you're lucky that you find a multinational company where you're allowed to practice your innovation and creativity, and you're allowed to take the initiative. So this is the very first chapter, Introduction to Entrepreneurship. We'll be discussing how you generate ideas and opportunities in the next lecture. So stay tuned to my videos, keep watching, do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much.